episode of the Pratibha Shastri show. One of the things, whenever we speak about calming the mind or wanting to sit quiet, I usually hear, no, I can't sit and meditate. I can't sit quiet for a longer period of time, or I don't know even how to sit in that position. What if there was a meditation that was all about moving your hands, engaging your hands, and engaging your chi too? To know all about that, we have an expert with us, Cicely Thomas. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
She's a Tai Chi and a Qigong master, teaching the art forms in India and abroad for the last 2 decades. So you are an expert when it comes to moving meditation. So now let's just rewind a little bit and tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I used to always be into sports. Sports has been an integral part of my life. It was a way of life, right from childhood. And of course, I didn't begin with Tai Chi as a career. I started as a designer. I passed out of Stella Maris with fine arts. I did graphic designing, textile designing, and animation. And slowly, my love for French also brought me to working as a commercial attaché at the Indo-French Chamber of Commerce. I also did interpretation assignments with the Alliance Française. And it was when I was looking for starting to teach Tai Chi, I looked for a good space. I went to the Alliance Française and then decided I would also teach French.
Okay.
So I began teaching Tai Chi first, and this was, at the later part of my career. So first it was, about me doing things in nature. Nature has always been an inspiration for me. I was an avid mountaineer and a tennis player.
So always on the move.
Always on the move. Okay. And many things that took me external. I was also seeking to ground myself, to stabilize myself.
But was that a concept that you are aware of?
As I practiced yoga as a child, I never understood it when I was, when my teacher said, okay, now we meditate for 10 minutes. I couldn't sit still. I was always on the move. Even in class, I would get punished. Teachers would say, if the squirrel or the, something outside is more attractive, you can go out. And I would actually walk out very innocently. So, it was very difficult to sit still. And everything changed the moment I saw Tai Chi the first time.
It's a foreign concept to us in India. Yeah. So how did even Tai Chi even happen to you?
So this was one of my first trip abroad. It was to France in 1991, December. That was towards Christmas, and I went skiing for the first time. So in the mountains where I was clad with 6-7 layers.
Yes, it's quite cold, yes.
I saw this gentleman, with the bare torso, doing this calm movements, and he seemed so oblivious to the world. And I was like, wow, look at them. There are so many people around, and people skiing, there's noise, there's everything happening around.
And it's quite cold.
Freezing cold. And he was so contained. And that containment, had a very positive effect on me. I said, maybe this is something, the movements were very calming, just watching him. And for few more years, I didn't have any, teacher who came into my life to teach me. But that was there at the back of my head.
You, in fact, traveled to China too?
I did. It was later. I began learning it from my brother, who was also fascinated with Tai Chi. Okay. And I would see him do it at 4 a.m., moving the furniture in the house and doing this. And I was smitten right from day one, it was love at first sight. And then I began learning it for myself, and wherever I went, I used to travel a lot to forest areas, to mountains, and I would do it, day in, day out.
And plus it doesn't require any kind of equipment or anything.
It doesn't. It blends so well with nature. You just need, you just need to be in harmony with yourself and nature, to just be able to practice it.
You speak about in harmony with yourself. Are you talking about Chi here?
So, Chi is not an alien concept in India. It is nothing but prana, or vital force, the force that moves you. Chi is also translated as bioelectricity. So this is what actually keeps us alive, keeps us kicking. Yeah. Most of the times when the Chi or the prana is stagnant in the body, that's when illnesses happen. And I've seen so many people who've been advised not to move when they have a condition, for example, a knee issue or a back problem, back pain. You know, I mean, okay, if it is an injury, then you rest it for a few days. But some of them are advised to, sadly, not to move. You know, and so the young and the old alike. And today I'm seeing a lot of youngsters with chronic problems, you know, tendinitis to knee problems to back problems and so on. And each of them, I mean, for them it is like, it is because, I mean, many times it's because they're not even moving, they're not even sitting still, they're not even aware of what is going on in the system. Some of them are actually so tense when they are working that they're blocking up the chi. So, you know, just learning to relax, learning to be aware of your own body and your breath, it all begins with that, enables the chi to flow through the body. And when the chi is flowing fluidly, it means that, I mean, you're in good health. It all begins with the body. And I realized that, you know, meditation just cannot be done like that with the mind, switch off your mind and go into meditation. It's a little bit of a work. First, you're regulating the body. And once you're able to sit at ease, then your mind calms down automatically. You start
First relax the body.
yeah. And then the mind. And this, you know, where the mind is, the spirit is. The spirit follows.
It's about hand movements, it's about leg movements. And are there certain conditions when you should not be doing this?
I've worked with people with chronic knee issues, and many people have the misconception that Tai Chi would actually damage the knees. On the contrary, it enables. It depends on how it is done. You know, it has to be done gently, slowly, gracefully, and also there is, I mean, you have to follow a certain rhythm.
No, you're already so relaxed. I can see that about you, and I see a certain calmness. So I'm assuming there are a lot of benefits of Tai Chi, physically, mentally, very therapeutic.
That's right, yeah. Like I told you, I was a person with wheels on my feet. I couldn't sit still. So, you know, doing Tai Chi really calmed me. And most of the times when I'm sitting in a room also, people say that, you know, they feel calm just sitting with me.
No, I already feel calm. Fortunately, I've had the opportunity to learn from you a little bit. So I am aware of the benefits. But you know what, we can keep talking all about it, but I'd rather you show the viewers as to few simple methods that they can follow at home. And yeah, I believe you have a student also joining you.
That's right, yeah. So this is Calvin. And he's been practicing for over 3 years now. A very good Tai Chi student, you know, dedicated.
You're so calm. I think let's just start moving now.
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay.